Random scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crafts galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, Dash of Dave, oh, what a sight. Mixing colors, day and night.
Hi everyone, it's Dash of Dave here again, and I'm back for another crafty video. So, another day with the house. So, it's Friday. We always do the house on the Friday. So, let's just have a look at where we were last time. So, remember I made a little cover for this here. I made some stools to go in the kitchen, which kind of turned around a little bit there. Yeah, so I made the stools to go in the kitchen. And then we lit the light in the living room. So we made this light, and I couldn't find any other way to get rid of these lights themselves. So what I decided was that I would have them so that they just sat underneath the thing itself, the sofa. So I just wondered if I could get this one back out of here that I tucked in there, because as I'm now going to just have those sat underneath and it's going to be like an underlit sofa, I just thought I might as well just leave that one there as well. So what I might do is I might just glue those into place, just with a bit of, maybe a bit of hot glue would be best for this. You know, nothing like a bit of hot glue for me to burn myself on. Sure, nobody's happy until I've burnt myself at least once during a video. It's become a thing now. I used to be really good at using a glue gun, and not so much anymore. Anyway, let's just plug that in. So I can need some more glue as well for my glue gun. I think there's some just in my pot in front. Oh, there is. So let's just plug this in. So what I was thinking today is I want to get these all glued on. I'm going to get this painted in some way. We'll make it kind of I think I've got some bronzy coloured acrylic paint. I thought I might use some of that. And then we'd also do make maybe a box for the outside, and put the brace spots. The outside box for putting this in to make it look like it's a utility box, and maybe a brace for the back is what I was thinking. I know we'd said about moving on to the outside, but there's some bits I need to collate before I get to that point. So let me just see if I can find this. Yes, so I found the acrylic paint. Let's put the lid back on that. I found the acrylic paint I was looking for. Don't know whether it's still viable. Let's just put a blob in there. Oh, it looks alright. Doesn't look like it's separated too much. And let's find a paintbrush with which to paint it with, that also isn't past its best. Which is, there aren't many of them anymore, so every time I'm like, I need to make sure I wash that brush out, and then I don't. So I burn through them. So anyway, I've got this one. So this is like a bronzy colour, supposedly. And I thought if I just paint this bronze coloured, you're not really going to see it anyway. So I know that looks a bit thin actually. Might need a few coats. But at least we've put one coat on and then come back to it. Shouldn't really be worrying about the back part of it because you're not going to see it, but clearly I am worried about it. Maybe I should have painted it with an undercoat first. I am not the world's steadiest hand when it comes to painting. So what is that? It looks like a hair, but it's actually a bit of hot glue. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm not going to paint in between there because I'm going to ruin it otherwise. Put this coat on first, and then we can get on with other stuff, and then come back and do another coat. like I say, you're not going to see the back part of it, so okay, we'll leave that to dry. Oh, well, that's the whole point of this, was for gluing those lights on underneath. So actually take that back, and we are going to glue that one in that corner there. Bit of glue and pop that in that corner. It's like it's gonna be like it's on feet anyway, so have that one there. Pop that one there. Hopefully with all of the wires are out of the way. Might just bring that wire in a bit and just glue it down. Just so it's not going to get in the way. That blob of glue might get in the way though. Cool. I'll stick it down a bit. I'm changing the blade on my thing anyway, so. And then let's do another blob and put that one in, and then a line of blob to put this into. Just wanted it out of the way of the back of that so that it didn't get in the way. And then I just need something to kind of support that end with, which I'm obviously not going to be able to use a light because I don't have one. But just a piece of something. It can be anything. You know when you say it can be anything, and then you can't find anything that it can be. I wonder if. So this is a light that's come off the end of something. It's actually come off the end of another one, but you don't need all of them in situ for it to work. So I'm just going to utilize it because it's the same thickness, so it'll just support it in the same way. And then that can be the thing that goes in the corner. Right, okay, so the only thing I can't do is can't put it in there because of that needs to be painted. So I've just unplugged the glue gun because so far I haven't managed to burn myself, and I don't want to do it now. So, is it too wet for me to put another layer on? Not really. It is really, but I don't care. So I'm not worrying too much about the back bit because you're not really going to see the back bit anyway. And you're not really going to see this because you're only going to be looking in through the window. It's just so it doesn't stick out too much. Like I say, not the world's best painter of anything, but especially acrylic paint with a big brush like this. Just leave that to dry a bit. Might give it a quick dry actually. Hopefully that's dried it enough and we can just put another layer on. Yeah, that'll do. Like I say, I'm not worried about it because you're not really going to see it. It's just it looks more the part now, don't you think? Definitely has a 70s vibe to it. I don't know why it flickers all the time, but so we're going to pop that in there. Push it all the way to the back, and then push it in, sit it down, make sure that sits in the corner. Yep, there we go. So we might just have to glue the sofa into place. I have to take the kickstand off to do that. I'm just going to glue that corner in. And then we'll have to glue this bit down as well, this side. This is never coming out again. I can't believe I started this weeks ago now, but I love it. So don't get me wrong. I'm not annoyed at it. I just can't believe how long ago it was that I started it. So I'd never thought it was going to turn into this. I never thought I was going to be even. You know, I did say at the start, didn't think I was ever going to do anything on the inside. It was just a case of just doing a few bits maybe on the inside in the end to just make it look nice when you looked in through the window, and then it's turned into this. Blimey, this has been epic now. Ow. See, told you I'd burn myself at some point. So we're going to have this, I don't know what's underneath there. Oh, it's that. We're going to have this on the outside of here, and what I thought is I would turn it into some kind of a thing. It's got to be that way round though, because you've got to be able to reach the switch which is on this side, and the batteries are there. So it might be something I have to have that's removable, because there's this thing and I don't want to break that, otherwise the lights won't work. So I think that's going to stick on there. I'm going to make something that goes over it. So let's take some dimensions for that. We'll make like a utility box. So if we say 1.5, I guess it's 1.5 high as well. It is. If we go make a 1.5 inch box, but it also then needs to be how deep? How deep is your? Oh no! Don't sing that, Dave. If we go, I can't even see what that says. What does that say? 3/4. Let's go for a 3/4 of an inch box, a deep box. No, that's not something to write on, Dave. Something, I always do this, don't I? Something to write on, Dave. Right, let's use this piece of scrap paper. So we all have like a bit of scrap paper, don't we? Anyway, let's see if the pen works. It does. Right, so we need it to be 1.5 inches. Did I say 1.5? I did, yeah. 1.5. And then, which is that way, and also that way. And then we need it to be, how big did I just say? Was it 3/4 of an inch? 3/4 of an inch. So that's 3/4 of an inch. So that means we need, we just explode that, so that's going to be like that, 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 and that with some flaps. We also need flaps for it to be able to attach to there. So we need flaps there, there. I'll just have to kind of visualize a box first. So the flaps themselves need to be about, let's go for 1/4 of an inch. So we've got 1/4 of an inch. That is 3/4 of an inch. That is 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. Then we've got another 3/4 of an inch plus, because that's that side, and then plus another 1/4. So that makes that's 1, that's 2, that's 3.5. So 3.5 inch card. So 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. In theory. It's my get out of jail card if I say in theory. Shall we make it out of that? No. You don't know what that is, so that's fine. It's just some the card down there that's too thick. It's craft card. It's too thick. What did I say? I needed 3.5, which is fine. I can use some of this out of here. That's too thin. That also seems a bit thick. Is this not as thick? That's not as thick. I might use that. So we want 3.5 inch wide and long. And then let's get the mini scoreboard and thing. So we're going to do 1/4 of an inch first. Then we're going to do 3/4 of an inch, which takes us to 1. Then we're going to do 1.5, which takes us to 2.5. Then we're going to do 3/4 of an inch, which takes us to 3.25. And then we're going to do the same again. Turn it round, do the same again. 1/4 of an inch. What was it? 1/4 of an inch. 1. Oh, hang on. Is that right? 1/4 of an inch. Then 3/4 of an inch. Yeah. So then 1.25, which is what did I say? Oh, is it 1.5 or 1.25? 1.5. I thought it was 1.5, and then 3/4 of an inch is there. So why is that not the same? Did I not measure the card right? No, it is right. So oh, I've done that measurement wrong. Let's do that again, Dave. I'm sure we've got loads of this card, so I did that measurement at 2.25, so we've got 3.5 by 3.5. Then we're going to do 1/4 of an inch, which is there. We're going to do 3/4 of an inch takes us to 1. 1.5 inches takes us to 2.5. 3/4 of an inch takes us to 1.25. That's fine. Yeah, that's better. And then turn it round, and then we're going to do the same again. So 1/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, which takes us to 1. So 1.5 takes us to 2.5, and then 3.25 is the next score line. That's cool. That's better. That looks right now. So now I need to preserve the integrity of the sides, but I don't need that bit. I just need a flap. So I need to take the corner off here to make that into a flap. That needs to be a flap as well. Now what am I doing? Take the, let's do that. Should I have the flaps on the same? Yeah, let's do the flaps on the same panels. Do that. Turn that into a corner. Preserve the integrity of the panel, but also just nip out that bit. Nip out that bit. Cool. So then that's going to be a panel. Not a panel. What is it? A tab. So that's going to be a tab. That's going to be a panel. That's going to be a tab. That's going to be a tab. That's going to be a panel. Nip out the corner. Nip out the corner. Cut that off on a diagonal, and that one also on a diagonal. There we go. Oh, and then we just need to turn that into a diagonal too. So let's see if I've got something I can work on so you can see what I'm doing. Just use this piece. So because if I put this on a black background, you'll never see it. So I need to put in all of these fold lines. Start on all the sides first, and then put in all of the tabs too. Is that the right thing to do? Yeah, that's fine. So put those in on there. Okay, so then this is going to form a, oh no, there's a tab there that needs to be scored in. So this is going to form a box that will be the box that will hopefully hide that. Now, will it hide it? It fits, it's fine, I'm happy. It could be worse. I will need to make some way to... Oh no! I've come unwired. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. So, we're going to have to rewire this. But I'll worry about that when I've... it's because I've been twisting it around. I'm going to have to get those to attach to there. I can't remember where they attach to. Oh, do they attach in there? I can't see where they attached to. So which is the... I think they attach to there and to there. Oh no, there and there. Right, okay. So I know where they attach to now. I just need to... Maybe I need to buy a soldering iron. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that. This is fine. It's come loose anyway, so I might as well use it to work out. So the switch is underneath here. So I need a hole to be able to get to it. So I think I've got an anywhere hole punch. That's a hole punch. I think if I put, whereabouts did that go? If I put that in there, it's going to be about on that line. So if I put anywhere, I can always make another box if it goes horribly wrong. So do that, connect the holes together. Oh, you can't do that because you'd said you were going to change the blade, Dave, so you haven't, so you'll have to now. So, blades, where are you? There. Don't know whether this is the right one, actually. Is this the curved shape one, or is it actually the one I need? Oh no, it's the one I need, it's fine. Right, now you do need to find your tweezers, not tweezers. These things, what are these called? Can't remember what they're called. Are they no, not tweezers. What are they called? Oh, pliers? No, I can't remember. I know them as pliers. I mean, like my dad used to call them pliers, but I don't think that's what I've been calling them. Can't remember. Anyway, not really a biggie. It's not an issue, is it? Dave, you don't have to cut. You don't have to press down so hard now. Otherwise, you're going to end up with like cutting right through your mat. So what I've done is I've just cut a little slot out, which will hopefully marry up with that, which it kind of does. Doesn't mean to say that I'll be able to get it. Yeah, that's fine. What we'll do, it's got some little studs that stick out for some reason. So maybe we can, oh yeah, there we go. We can use those studs and to our advantage, which means that we know where then it has to sit again. They're like good locators. There's the one there as well. There is. And that's fine. We'll turn them into like little rivets for this box. Cool. So then we have to think about, it needs to have some way for the wire to come in. Which way up are we going to have it? That way maybe. That way up. Wire will have to come in at the bottom here. So we'll make a hole in that. You're not going to see it anyway, so the hole can go. Sorry, the hole can be the place where the wire comes into the box, like that, and then I just need to remember to do that before I solder it on, but I can't solder it because I don't have a soldering iron. But I can. Do I want to make this? Is it going to make it harder if I'd make it? Not really. No, I'll make it. Let's make it, and we'll, kind of think about how we're going to locate it and all of that. So. Make the box so that it holds itself together. So, and then we'll turn it into some kind of a utility box, or we'll mark it with like a danger Will Robinson. No. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. What is it? Electricity. Danger. Electricity. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Anybody else have a brain that just kind of does its own thing, goes off on a tangent, and you just constantly want to say, shut up? Yeah. There we go. So, cool. So, that is going to go on the outside. Well, like I say, we'll make this look like it's meant to be there. We'll make it into like a little box that sits on the side. Oh, actually, that's fine. I like that. That's cool. Yeah, so we won't actually turn it, we won't stick it down, because otherwise we'll not be able to. So we'll just have to put that light on the bed for now. That's going to go in there. So I need to buy myself I did say I wasn't going to spend money on too much money this year, but that's kind of going out the window. I'm going to buy myself a soldering iron now, which actually probably would be a good idea, because I could adapt this huge chain of lights to fit my needs then. So that one that I stuck underneath the sofa actually came off the end of here, because this got trapped in that drawer and it broke. But then I thought, oh, it's not going to work now, but it still does. So so I reckon I can shorten this row and only have, I was thinking otherwise I'm going to have lights festooned everywhere, but I think I'm going to be all right. I'll get myself a little, I'm sure they're not hugely expensive, a little soldering kit, and we'll sort that out. So that's going to be my, that's going to go out there. Right, the other thing I wanted to do was I need to put a brace on the back of here. Because remember what I've said is when this sits in here, which is the loft roof, and then the roof sits on here, it's kind of started to splay out at the sides here, and I need to pull it back in. So on that note, I will need to get some cardboard. I need some cardboard. Where the heck, Dave, where the heck? Found it. So this is what I need, some of this. So I can't remember how wide this project is. Let's measure it at the base, because that's not splayed out in any way. So going from there to there is about 10 inches. So we're going to have 10 inches, and I reckon just the width of a ruler, because you know I like to use my ruler as a measurement. So this is a straight, oh yeah, this is a straight edge. I was thinking, do I need the corrugation? So the corrugation goes this way. So if you look down here, that's the corrugation. Do I need the corrugation? Which way do I need the rigidity? And it is that way I need the rigidity. So rigidity. Is that right? I can't tell whether it's the right word or not. Rigidity, because I can't say it. I think it is. Yeah, rigidity. It's just because I can't say it. Okay, cut that through there. I'm just going to cut it roughly off at the end there, because the ruler is longer than 10 inches anyway, so that can go out of the way. So this is going to have to go on the back here just to pull it all back in again. And it's because I rendered it all, and it's just the way it's turned out. So which way end did I cut that one? So if I do there and I mark it, I'll use a pen because it's handy dandy. I'll do 10 there and there, and then I can just join those two together and cut our line. That's just going to get dangerous if I keep trying to use that. So I'm just going to have to use the space that it's cut. There you go, cool. So that is going to go there. So I know it's not going to be very decorative. Maybe we should put it in the eaves up here, and then we'll glue that in there. So, okay, if we're going to glue it, we're going to have to find some way to hold it in place whilst it's glued. So I need something to kind of pull it in that, so I could do with it like a giant elastic band, I guess. I wonder if I've got a giant elastic band. So I have some elastic bands. Now I know that they're not as giant as I want, but I thought if I attach them together like that, I don't want it to pull too much. That's why I want it to be holding it together but not pulling on it too much. they stink. So if I do that, the thing is, it's not going to. I don't want it to crush the house. Do you see what I mean? I don't know whether this is going to be too big. I can't do it on the slopey bit because it'll just twang off. But if I do this, do I need? Yeah, I need another one. I'm just having to think. How do you do it? I've just joined the other three together. I don't know why I stalled on that one. So I think if I use this around it to hold it together, I will need a clip. I can't hook these two together, so I'll need a clip. So let's get a paper clip. You have to get the most complicated paper clip you can find, Dave. So no, let's use that one. Although that'll be its weak point, isn't it? The having that. So I'm going to leave that in place because if I take it out, I'm fearful that I'll make it too small. So that should stop it from getting too small. So it'll only pull it in as far as it needs to be pulled in without it crushing, imploding it onto itself. Let's sorry, imploding, he said very violently. So right, so I need to put this into place first, don't I? But you could do with having about 12 hands now. You could have done with having that in the right place at the right time, Dave. I don't know whether that's going to hold it. Has anybody lost an eye? No? Good, that's fine. Bit of a violent twang. But so, do I have more of these? Yeah, I've got another one of these. So I'm going to put one of these on each end and hopefully find a way to hook the two together. So, right, I'm just going to have to. Oh, blimey! I've just stuck that into where my kidneys are, but like luckily I've got a couple of layers on, so. See, you're going to be with me all the way through this. Please don't let go of this again, Dave, because like, you're just going to hurt yourself or somebody else. Right, there we go. That's pulling that in. Let's bring that back up to where it needs to be. So it's not too far down. Sorry, I'm just going to lie this down so that bring it closer to where I need it to be. Okay, put those back in there for the time being. They might not be the right way up, but they're in. Okay, so that needs to be glued to there. So hopefully that's going to hold it sufficiently for just this glue to set. Like I say, I don't want it to be too small. It's really pulling that in. I don't know if that's too tight. How do I loosen it? Can't really loosen it. Can't make the elastic bands any bigger, can I? Right, we're just going to. This got glue in it. It has, but is it hot enough? Yeah, possibly. I'm going to put a line of glue down here, a line of glue down here, and hopefully that is going to. Oh no, I can't. I've got to take this off because this is stuck down with double-sided tape, and I don't think that'll be strong enough to hold it. Is it double-sided tape? Oh. Don't know whether it is double-sided tape now. I can't remember what I stuck it with. Anyway, let's try that again. Oh no, it's all I'm in the right mess now. Let's get this off the end of here. Not off the end of that. Oh, that one's dried. So, that's fine. Let's try that again. Line of glue there. Line of glue there. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. I don't know whether this is going to hold it. I'm going to hold it, I'll tell you now. So I'll just hold it for the time being and see if we can, this is going to be enough to hold it in place. I mean, it doesn't have to be here. I guess when I put the floor in properly, the floor will also hold it, but I just needed something for the time being. Right, I want to make sure that's completely dry before I undo the elastic bands and take my eye out. Let's turn the hot glue off. I think I finished the hot glue this time. They're the elastic bands. I do try to have lots of things at the ready in case I need them. Get rid of those bits. Get rid of that bit because that went wrong. Okay, so dare I take the elastic band off because the glue is dry because it's cold. Yeah, it's solid as well. Let's take the elastic band off then. Right. Oh. Let's take that out. There we go. Does that mean that that now sits on there better? Oh, it does. Much better. Oh, cool. There we go. Cool. So, we've done that. So this is the floor that's going to go in the attic space. Now, I'm not going to do anything with the attic space because you're not going to see it anyway. But I will do something with the underside of this because, remember, I've got to light it. So I'm not going to actually stick it down yet because I want to light it, not set light to it. So just in case you're worried. Because it's just a bit tight now because of that. But I'm glad I've put that in. That hot just braces it. It's not very straight, but hey, it's only there to brace it. Cool. Okay, so now we need to think about what we're going to do on the outside. I've just tipped it up, and all the beds have fallen out again. So I wanted to have it kind of covered with some kind of ivy. Now I know I said I haven't got everything, but I did get that. Do you remember when I said I went to Scrap and I bought, do you know when something's just out of reach? There we go. I bought this, which is pipe cleaner, which I was thinking I was going to use for like making it look like a vine growing up the outside. So let's just have a unwind of this and see what this looks like. So I'm thinking of having like it growing from one side, and then we can have it growing up the side, which is the side with the, this is the side that's going to have that box on it, so maybe that side, and have it kind of growing up and around, maybe some over the front porch or something. Maybe that's the thing we need to do. Maybe we need a porch. Do we need a porch? Should I do a porch? I don't know what a 70s porch looks like. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be a 70s porch, because like it could have been added later, or it might not even be a 70s house. Maybe a porch would be the thing. So I could do. Let's just have a think about a porch. So you could just do a kind of a very flat one, or you could do an apex style. Let me just see if I got. Where's that piece of card there? If I take another piece of this out. Undo. Just take a piece out. Don't care how straight or not straight it is. Just want a piece for the time being. So, is that the right way around? I need the. I don't know. So, if we went for an apex style porch. How big would that need to be? Let's say if we cut this at 3 inches. And just make a cut on there. This is, remember, we're just playing at the moment. Don't get too excited. And then if we go half of 3 is 1.5. Do that again. 1.5. Do a line in there. Now I want to go not all the way through. I need to go through more than that though. Like that. Oh, you know what? That's that's kind of the right size. Do I want it though? If I put it on, I'd have to cover it in the same kind of tile as the thing on the top. And how am I going to put the... Oh, I kept some... Sorry, I know some of this I'm talking to myself and you can't really tell what I'm talking about. I've got some of these which are bamboo forks apparently. But you know, every time I go shopping I see things and I think I could turn that into something. And I didn't buy it from the bamboo fork point of view. I thought it might look a little bit like a it does look a little bit like a, if you know what I mean, and it's about the right size for a thing that I can't say. Not because I'm sworn to secrecy, but because I can't speak. Let's just say I can always make more of these. Don't get too scared. Let's just see if I stuck this to the outside of here. Oh no, I can't have it like that, can I? Because if that bends down, I can't have it like that. No, Dave, that's a silly thing to do. Oh, that's a silly thing to do. Don't take hot glue off with your fingers. If I had it like that, and this would need to be kind of in there. Maybe let's try that then. Squeeze some glue into that end there and stick that into there. No, that's not going to work. The thing's gone. Oh, it's on a dangly bit. Where's it gone now? There. So, that's not going to work. So let's just rub that off. So, how would I attach that to there if I'm going to attach that to there? Ah, that would need to be maybe cut at... How am I going to do that, Dave? You can't do that. There's no way to bevel that edge. Is there? You know, every time you say there's no way to do something and then wonder if there is. So I could, if I could get it to be consistently cut at that angle, but I don't think I can hold it like that. You mean like that? You know when you say you don't think you can do that, and then you do it. Oh, that, Dave. Yeah, that. Okay, so I think it needs to be better, though. Okay, so there's that side, but can you do the other side in the same way? I think it needs to be further back than that. This is not, don't do this at home, folks. Cutting towards yourself with a very sharp scalpel is not advised. I'm only doing it because I've had my marbles missing for some time. So now I've turned that into a beveled edge. Can I stick that to there and it be, let's just try that then. You know, because if I can, then I'll make it into a porch. But if it's going to be really difficult to do, then it might not be the thing to do. Well, that's got a bit of a jaunty thing to it, hasn't it? But no, we want it to be straight. As straight as we can get, Dave. And then if I do one on the other side, I mean, you can always tidy it up. It's not, oh, it's just stuck to me now. Stick that one on there. Is this silly? Am I going down a really ridiculous route now? Should it have a porch? Hard for you to see, I know, because well, it's just hard for you to see. So it could have a porch. It would look something like that. It would have to be stuck to something. It's a bit of a similar height though to the house. Anyway, so there's maybe this is the thing that we have. We have this as a porch and have that on the outside. Get rid of that. Just have it stuck like it is now. Like that, and then stuck into the ground, because we've got a board, haven't we? Well, we certainly had a board. I don't know where it is at the minute, but we had a board that this is going to go in, sunk into. So, oh look, it's all of this stringy stuff, and we could attach this to the house, cover it in something. So if I was going to do that, would I have more of these down the side? Maybe another one closer to the door part. This is the reason why I bought these. I thought, these don't look like they're forks, are they? They look more like crafty things to me. So I was thinking maybe one there. I tend to find the decorative things are at the top, because if they were at the bottom, they'd rot. Could do with putting that on something that's, I don't know where the silicon mat is though. That's the problem. If I had the silicon mat, I could have left it on there. Let's just see if I can put it on there for now. That'll do. It's on there. So I'll put it on this metal mat. Right, I think you guys are going to have to tell me whether you think this is something I should be doing or not. Are you for the porch or against? Oh, there you go. See, that one's just going to go silly. My finger stuck to it. The metal mat actually is quite good because it's so cold, it dries the stuff quickly. Oh, that's sticking perpendicular to the thing, so that's taller. Never mind. So that's how the porch is going to look. If I use it, it's going to look like that. Obviously, it's going to be tight. Hopefully, it'll be tidier. Oh, look, I hate. This is what I hate about a glue gun. I walk away from here and I drag something with me because there's this tiny, like, rope anchoring me to it. But there you go. That's basically what the porch would look like if I put it on there. Do you think it should go on there? It's quite fun, isn't it? And it'd be something I could grow. It's not going to grow, Dave. Something I could put some ivy onto. Do I need another one of them? Should there be another one of them in the middle? Or maybe it should be the other way round. Oh, I'm going to do that, Dave. And then you can tell me whether you think it's the right thing to do or not. So, a bit late by then. Oh, it's not stuck to the house. It's not late. It's not too late. But the three together just looks like it's supposed to be like that. You wouldn't know that they were forks, would you? I mean, the spacing at the bottom we'll have to sort out when it's going into the ground. The mat that we've put it on. We're putting it onto. Oh, I should have got that out first, Dave. That just looks like it's a design, doesn't it? I don't know whether it looks like a 70s design. I think it's got a bit of a hint of 60s about it, but why is that not on flat? It is now. Oh, weird. Sticking out now. So, who knew that cocktail forks, or whatever they are, well, I can't remember what they said that it was. What did it say? Bamboo forks. Could look like they were supposed to be part of a porch. I don't know whether you think that they do look like they're supposed to be part of a porch, but I do. I mean, I know that this is messy at the top, but I remember I'm going to cover it over with something. We're just putting the look of it together first, and then that would sit on there, like so. I know it kind of encroaches into the window a bit, but you know, we're not saying that the people that did this were great at DIY. They didn't think about these things. I like it. I do like it. I think I'm going to go with it. Unless you say otherwise, obviously. If you guys really hate it, I won't use it. But it's just the way my mind is working. So, right, next thing is, let's just pop this back into here. I think we are going to leave it here because I really want to know whether you think I should use this or not. The porch. I will put the porch bed back in the bedroom. Put the porch in the house somewhere. It's currently sitting on the sofa. We need that in there as well because that's part of it. And then, yeah, so I think I'm going to work out... Oh, I know what I've got. I think I had. Punches. Where are my punches? Didn't I have... I do, there. I've got these. So maybe... I've got one at work, not here. I've got a vine at work that has very similar shape to these kind of maple leaves on the vine. I don't know what the vine's called. It kind of goes. It's a real nuisance. We need to get it removed because it's actually getting into the stonework and it's pulling all the tiles out. It's got all in between the roof and the eaves, and it's a nightmare. But it looks beautiful because it kind of goes yellowy, bronzy colour, and then it goes like beautiful deep red in like the autumn, and it's beautiful. But it's an old mill building, and it's like completely taking over the place, and we can't get it off. We've tried to cut it at the bottom to stop it, like Jack and the Beanstalk style, cut it off at the bottom, and it's still growing. So, don't know. It's sucking moisture out of the air. It's like some kind of invasive thing. So what I was thinking is, if I could find, I was looking for a piece of dark green paper, and maybe having, or I could go with the red, you know, like at work. Let's go with, it might not be the right colour green, but oh, there you go, there's a bit that's kind of darker green. So let's cut a bit of this, punch a few of these out. So if we have, just so we've got a bit of an idea, so if we had this as our thing and we put these on it, do you think that would look okay? We might need a bit of contrast. Let's just maybe chop a bit of this off. Chop a piece of this off, just only a tiny bit, so we can have a bit of an idea, and then we can glue these on and we just decide if we think that that's going to look any good. Obviously I would add dimension to them if I'm going to use them by, you know, making them darker around the edges or whatever, although that might take me a long time, mightn't it, if I'm doing... I mean, I know I've got this hot glue gun here, but I don't really want to use hot glue because it kind of just oozes everywhere. So let's try a tiny bit, so if we can do that. Also you can see it. You know, I'd have things branching off it and that sort of thing, so So there we go. That's what the... So maybe that kind of creeping up round the front of it. Actually, there's a bit where it's not joined as much, isn't it? That's maybe this side here. This bit would be a great place to have that kind of going up and then round. So there we go. Anyway, that's it. So that's where we are with the house. Do we put the porch on? Do we not put the porch on? I need to buy myself a soldering iron. Alexa, put soldering iron on my shopping list. I don't know whether it heard what I said. I've probably got some kind of like sausage dog added to the shopping list. I don't know. It could be anything. Knowing Alexa, she doesn't always hear me because I've taken it out of this room because it drove me mad. Right, that's all that. So that's it. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that, and you know, please do let me know what you think I should do regarding the porch. Definitely going to go with the ivy, but I don't know whether I'm going to use those leaves. So what do you think on that? And yeah, that's it. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Dash of Dave, and I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, lots of love, mwah, 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 lots of hugs, and I'll see you soon. Take care, folks. Bye. Bye.